Hello traders, so welcome back once again to this episode of my weekly forex forecast. This is Btcusd speaking, and this is Lazarus Capital. So today, as usual, we'll be doing the forecast of the pairs I usually trade, which at this point you all know it is the Bitcoin, the Eurusd, the gold, the Us100 and the US oil. So right now we'll be starting with the Bitcoin. So let me just take you guys through quickly because we'll be covering the 5 pairs in a single video. Okay, as you can see, like I told us the last time, that the Bitcoin, with what I can see, the price is still trending to the downside, and I'll be expecting the price to come back to this level, and this area before I'll be taking a sell entry. So as you can see, the price is still in line with our plan. The market is still in line with our plan. For the Bitcoin, we want it to rise to this area around 78. That seems around 78 plus. Even that last time there's something I forgot to show you guys on the daily time frame. This is the daily time frame. As you can see, this level I highlight here, you can see this level here. It's a very strong level on the daily time frame. So however, we will still be waiting for the Bitcoin to rise to this area. If we get a rise to this area, then we'll be looking to sell the Bitcoin to the downside. So this is that area here. You can see that level on the daily time frame is a strong level. And guys, whenever you see a level that is visible to the daily time frame traders, that is a strong level. You can see this area here, it is clear to the daily time frame traders. So that is the area I'll be waiting for the Bitcoin to rise to. Then from there, if we get a sell entry, we will sell around 77.083, because it's not a perfect level to be a zone, so it might go up a bit to be like 78 plus, like I shared with us last week. So as you can see, this is that area we're waiting for the Bitcoin to rise to. If the Bitcoin did not rise to this area, we'll just stand down, we'll do nothing. And if I take the Fibonacci, as usual, we can see that this level lines up with 5061.8 Fibonacci. So whenever I spot a level I'm interested in, doing my execution from, I want to see if that level lines up with Fibonacci. So if the level lines up with Fibonacci, then I'm good to go. The Fibonacci is like an extra confluence, like an extra confirmation for me. When I spot an area that I'm looking, to take the market from, once that area lines up with Fibonacci, it is good for me. I'm always really happy. So for the Bitcoin, the trade plan still remains the same. I'll just be waiting for the market to rise to this area. So this area here, it's nice. It's a zone. This zone here around between 75 to 78, just like I shared with you guys last week and 2 weeks ago. And guys, remember I told you that this Bitcoin entry is going to take time, and that is where most traders have problem, because they are not patient. You see traders now, they start coming to struggle with this market here. You don't fight the market, you don't struggle with the market. When you've done your trade plan, and as a 4-hour trader, as a 4-hour time frame trader, you need to understand that you're a swing trader. Most of your trades will not just happen. Sometimes in a week you don't have a trade. You can see on this Bitcoin now, since this month now, I've not gotten an entry on Bitcoin. I will keep waiting, and I don't even know if this entry will happen in this coming week. Anytime it chooses to happen, we'll execute. Our job is to execute our plan. So for Bitcoin, the trade plan still remains the same. We're waiting for the market to rise to this area between 75 to 78, $78,000. Stop loss up just slightly above around 79. You can have your stop loss here. Then for your TP1, you can have your TP1 here at 63.39 plus. Then for your TP2, remember the daily time frame area I showed you guys here. TP2 can come down to this area. You can have this area here, or this one will be better. TP2 can come down here at 65, plus. This is a good support area. This is a good resistance area that might come back to turn to support. I just execute your TP2 here. So for Bitcoin, we're waiting for the price. The trade plan for Bitcoin still remains the same. Wait for the price to rise into this zone around 75 to 78 thousand. Once you get an entry confirmation at that area, you sell. Anything outside that area, allow the sleeping dog to lie. Bitcoin has decided to be sleeping. Let it continue to sleep. Continue to wait. When it rises to this point, then from there you take yourself. If it doesn't rise to this point, you'll do nothing. Okay, so let's move on to the next pair, which is the Euro USD. So guys, remember last week I told you guys that the Euro USD will be coming down to this zone. I told you that this is the guys that started the move. This is the line of departure, where the attack started from. I always like to use these terms because I told you guys earlier, that trading is a war. This is a war of price between the buyers and the sellers. So once I've identified the area where the market moved from, for a bullish market, I want to see that area where the initial move started from. Once I can identify that area, I know that, okay, as long as this area holds, I'm still bullish. There's no stories. That is why I can go to the daily time frame, the weekly time frame, and start doing the top-down analysis. But I want to make things simple for me. Once I've identified the direction of the market, I want to see where the movement started from, the initial move, the initial leg. Once I can get that leg, it becomes my line of departure. You can call it a supply for this movement. I can call it a demand area. As long as that area holds, I'm bullish. I just look for a good support area where I expect the price to come down to. From there I can buy. And guys, you must understand that trading is all about location and timing. That's what trading is all about. If you can understand and see a good location where you expect the buyers to come in, when they come there, you just wait for the buyers to come back, and you join them. It's all about location. So for the Euro USD, I can see that this is the line of departure. I wait for the price to come to a good location. I told you guys last week that I'm expecting the Euro USD to come to this point. You can see price have push below, come down further. Okay, cool. That's why I told you that it's a zone. As far as I'm concerned, anything, I'm bullish until price close below this level. As long as this level is still holding, I am bullish. And if I decide to take my Fibonacci from this low to this high, I can see my 61.8 is down here. That's where price is, 61.8 here. So I know anything from this point, anything inside this range, once the buyers come in, I execute. And as you can see, that the buyers are stepping in, but this is not enough confirmation for me to go in. I saw this yesterday. Some people will start trying to buy this market. Guys, patience is very, very important. I'm still expecting for these sellers to come down more. I'm still expecting something like this. I'm still expecting to see something like this. All these early buyers, I want to see the market coming to take them out. Then around this area, we're taking my entry here. All these early buyers here, I want to see the market coming to take them out from here. Then go up, come down. Then around this area is when I want to come in. Then TP1 will be here at this level. Then TP2 will be here. So guys, I don't know if you guys are clear with this analysis. So for Euro USD, price is at our area of value, but we'll still have to wait. Even those guys that are trading trend line break, you can see, if you want to use trend line as your confirmation, but I don't like to use trend line. And guys, you must avoid trend line, because trend line it's a tool I don't like using trend line. There's a support, there's a resistance here. There's a resistance here. Let me just remove. There's a resistance here, so I'm expecting this resistance to hold. When price rise up to this place, I'm expecting these sellers here to bring the price down. And when they come down, they might take out all the stop loss of these early buyers. Then from there, I expect the buyers to come back in. At that time, they will break this point. So this is what I'm expecting for the Euro USD. So this coming week, we'll get an entry for the Euro USD. So I'm expecting, price to go up to this resistance. If I even take a Fibonacci from this top here, so this is down, you can see Fibonacci is somewhere around there. Okay, cool. Fibonacci is somewhere around there. Let me just move the Fibonacci now. So I'm expecting price to go back up to this level. These buyers here, these buyers at this point, these sellers at this point, they will knock down the price back down. When they knock down the price back down, I expect them to take out the buyers, these early buyers here. Then I will wait when they come down and take them out. When the buyers come back in, that's when I will join them from this point. I expect the price to come here for TP1, then here for TP2. So for Euro USD, we're expecting the trade to set up in this coming week. So I'll be expecting the entry of the Euro USD around this area. We're expecting the entry around this area 1.17722, stop loss below this point. And TP1 here, stop loss below. You can take your stop loss here, depending on where you get your 4-hour candle close. 1.17021. TP1 here, 1.19169. Then TP2 here, 1.20437. Guys, and I must warn you, please don't be in a hurry to buy this Euro USD. You must wait for confirmation, because I'm still seeing another support area here. There's another support area here. There's another support area here. There's another support here. So guys, because this market might decide to come down here. So you have to be patient. When the market opens, please don't be in a hurry to start shorting the market. This market can decide to come down here and move up and move from this point. Can decide to come down here. There's an area here where the market can go from. There's also an area here. So guys, whichever way, patience is the key in this market. You need to wait for your entry confirmation. Don't just go into the market. But as far as I'm concerned, as long as this supply area is holding at 1.15777, as long as this supply area, this demand area is holding, as long as this demand area is holding, this line of departure, the Euro USD for me is still bullish. I will just be waiting for a good location. If the buyers fail to step in from this point, I expect them to come in from this point. Whichever way, from here or for here, I'll be waiting for my buy entry signal. Once I get it, I'll be going long on the Euro USD. So let's move over to the next pair, which is the gold. So guys, as you can see for the gold, like I told you guys last week, that the gold, I'm bullish on the gold. I spotted this line of departure, which is a supply area first for the gold, and I told you guys that as long as this line of departure, it is a demand area. I say as long as this line of departure, which is this demand area, as long as it's holding, I'm still bullish on the gold. As long as this demand area is holding, I'm still bullish on the gold. So I saw this movement also here where this market started, where this price started from, to go back to the upside. I said, okay, cool, I have this level here, and I have this level here. Guys, I use Fibonacci a lot. I don't do my analysis without Fibonacci. So I've seen a 61.8 at this point. I'm even seeing, a resistance area here, which I'm expecting to come back to turn to support. I said, okay, let me take all this week, remove this. I said, okay, for me to participate in the bullish move of this gold, I want this price to come back down to this point. I'll be buying the gold from this area. It has to come back down here. Come back down here. Then I'll wait for the buyers at this point. I'm waiting for the buyers at this point. I'm expecting the gold to come back. This resistance area, I want price to come back and make it, let it turn back to support. From there, I'll be buying the gold. And guys, one thing we need to understand, let me just quickly explain the idea behind my trading. The idea behind my trading is simply what trading is all about. What is trading? Traders like to confuse these markets. Before you start studying your strategies and your indicators and all those patterns, you need to ask yourself, what exactly is trading? And I come to realize that trading is nothing more than a person identifying a product that is in high demand and identifying how much people are willing to pay for that product. And you see how you can get that product at a discounted price and you sell it back to the people. That is what trading is all about. Identifying a product that is in demand, identifying how much people are willing to pay for the product, then look for a way to get that product at a cheaper price, at a discount price, so you can sell it back to them. That is all what trading is all about. And that is why I like the trend pullback strategy, because the trend pullback strategy explains what trading is all about. Go to your market in your everyday life. This is how you approach trading. The same thing, bring it to the chart. It's not different. So that is the foundation upon which I bring in all my technical analysis, my indicator, my patterns and whatever. That is the foundation. Identify a product in demand, find out how much people are willing to pay for that product, and you must know that you must be sure that the product is in demand. You find out how much people are willing to pay, then you see how you can get that product at a cheaper price or a discounted price and you sell back to them. So let's bring it back to the chart. So for the gold, we can see this product is in demand. I want to see how I can get this product at a cheaper price. The product went off from this point all the way down here at $55,101 per ounce. I want this product to come back. I know it's bullish, but I can't buy here. Another thing you need to understand again is, for you to be buying, there must be people who are selling. So if you are buying here, who are the people selling? Where are you going to sell to? So you must allow the sellers to come back in before you buy. So that is why for the gold, I'll be waiting for you to come down to this level. If the gold does not come down to this area, I'm not interested. If the gold does not fall back to this level, I'm not interested. So for the gold, the trade plan for the gold still remains the same. I'm waiting for the price to fall back down to this area at 48. Okay, let me say 48.10. 48.10. I'll be waiting for the gold to fall back to 48.10. Stop loss will be here 47.33. TP1 will be here 50.81. Then TP2 will be here. So for the gold, we are still bullish. The trade plan like we gave last week is still valid. We want the price to drop down to this area at 48.10. At 48.10. So I'm seeing the resistance here at 48.10. Stop loss here at this area, TP1 here, then TP2 here. So let's move on to the next pair, which is the Nasdaq. So for the Nasdaq, I told you guys last week that the Nasdaq is in the range, and when the market is in the range, we want to buy at supply, we want to buy at demand and sell at supply. And once you can see the range here, it fell from this supply area, got to this demand area, rose up back to the supply. From there, it's coming down. And one thing about the ranging market is that once the ranging market leaves a particular, when the market is ranging, it goes from demand to supply, from supply to demand. So when the market have left the supply area, its next destination is the demand area. You see, it left this supply, came down to this demand. Now it has left this demand, it went back. See how long it took to reach here. Finally, eventually went back, because it must go there. Went back to this, supply area. It has left the supply area. Whatever is doing here is still coming back here. So when you have seen that the market is ranging, The best way and the safest way to trade the market is you sell at you've identified that this is a good supply area. You wait for the market to come back to this supply area, you sell. You identify that this is a demand area, the market came here and moved all the way to the upside. You wait for the market to come down to this demand area, so you buy. As long as the market is still trading in this area, there are equal buyers and equal sellers in the market. Until when the market breaks below this demand area, I can not officially say that this market is bearish. Then I can be waiting for a pullback to this area. Then I can be waiting for a pullback to this area, so I can, start looking for selling opportunity to the downside. You understand? Until this happens, we're neither bullish nor bearish. Until this happens, we're neither bullish nor bearish. The buyers can step into the market at any time because the market is in a range. So, for now, the market is in a range, and with what I can see, the market have left this supply area and is coming back to this demand area. So guys, I told you guys last week that I will be using the trend pullback inside this range to join back the sellers. If you did not enter with these sellers from this supply area, if you want to participate in this move with our trend pullback strategy, you can look for a good resistance area. For me, I can see the 61.8 at this area. I'm seeing the 61.8 at this area. So I'll be waiting for the market to rise back to this area. If you want to join the sellers, waiting for the market. So I know I told you guys yesterday, last week, that I'm expecting the market to rise to this area. From there, you can see that's exactly what the market is doing. It's going back to this resistance area. So from this resistance area, if I get a sell entry, I'm going to continue the sell because I know the market is coming to this demand area. I might be using 2 TP. One, I'll take out one from this area, then I'll allow the other one to run to this point. Guys, if you are trading the range market, you have to be very, very careful. But it's something you need to add to your strategies, because the market could either be trending or be ranging. So if you don't know how to trade the ranging market, when the market is ranging, you will be doing nothing. So it's important that you add this to your playbook. Let it be among your strategies. So I'll be expecting the market to rise into this area. In fact, with what I'm seeing here, I think the market this is where the market will be dropping from. I'll be expecting the market to come back to this area because I'm seeing a gap. I'm seeing a gap here. I'm expecting the market to rise to this area. And this bullish move here is very strong. This bullish move is strong, so the market will still go up a bit further. So for the Us100, the Nasdaq, we'll be looking to sell at 25,409. Stop loss will be here, 25,637. TP1, can take your TP1 at this point, 24,421. Then TP2 at this point, 23,837. So for Nasdaq, the Us100, waiting for price to rise up to this point at 24,408. Stop loss at this point, 25,633. And TP1 here, just take the TP1 here, 24,658. Then TP2 at this point. If the Nasdaq eventually breaks below this range, we might be seeing a very good move to the downside. If the Nasdaq breaks below this range to the downside, we might be seeing a very good swing move, which you guys might be interested in. Let's just take the accumulation of this range from this point to this point. This is a massive move. So if the Nasdaq breaks below this range, the Nasdaq breaks below this range to the downside, we might be seeing something like this happening. We're seeing something like this happening. So when it breaks below, wait for pull back to this, support that will turn to resistance. Then, you enter from here. You target the range, the accumulation of this range, which is at this point. So, but that will be by later. For now, we'll just focus on the immediate thing that the market is doing. Don't allow the market to confuse you. Just focus. For this week that we are entering, we are looking to sell the Nasdaq from this point. TP1 year, TP2 year. But if the market did not get here and continues to come down, then we'll wait for it to come here. So we'll see if it will give us a buy signal. If it does not give us a buy signal, let it break below, wait or pull back, we'll continue to sell. But if it continues to rise to the upside, from this area 25408, we'll be looking to sell the Nasdaq. Stop loss here. Take TP1. This support. I don't like, scared of this support. So if you are selling this Nasdaq, when price get to this area, please at least take something out from the market and move your stop loss to break even. See if the market will rally down to this demand area. Okay, let's move on to the next pair, which is the US oil. So guys, for the US oil, I told us yesterday that the market for the US oil, I'm bullish on the US oil. As you can see, the market began to rise. I should have bought this market at this point, but when this candle closed, I did not like the hour when it closed. Guys, you need to understand that as a trader, you must have a trading hour. You must have a trading hour, and the hour where you look for your entries. So sometimes I might get my entry confirmation at that I must get my entry confirmation and it doesn't fall in my time window. I just allow the trade. I'll just leave it, especially if I'm not comfortable. I'll just leave it. Guys, you must understand that the market will always be here. There's no need trying to go against your rule or your plan. So for the US oil, I'm still bullish. I can see that there's a line of departure here. See, this line is a good supply area. So I'll be expecting the market I'll be waiting for a pullback. I can see a gap at this point. There's a gap here. There's a gap here, and it's also a good area for the short pattern traders who consider this as a double bottom. This is a good neckline. So I'll be waiting for the US oil to fall back to this support area. From here, I would like to buy the US oil. Let me take the Fibonacci of this move from this swing low to this swing high. You can see that this area lines up pretty much with Fibonacci 61.8. It's a good area. There's a gap here. There's a resistance here that will turn to support, and there's also a neckline for the double bottom trader. So there's a lot of conflict. A lot of traders will be interested with this level. So I'll be waiting for the US oil to fall back to this area. From here, I'll be buying the US oil. If I also take the Fibonacci of this move from here, I can see that there's also a 61.8 area at this point. So there's also a 61.8 area at this point. So I think what I'll be looking for the oil is, let me remove this Fibonacci. So for the oil, I'll be expecting the oil to come down to this level. If it doesn't give me an entry here, I'll be looking for it at this area. So two areas I'll be waiting for the oil. You can see from this point. So I'll wait for the oil to fall back to this area. I'll wait for the oil to fall back to 63.961 or at 61 or at 61.928. If I don't get a bullish confirmation from here to go long, I will get it from here to go long. But as long as price is trading above this support area 61.928, the oil is still bullish. I'm still bullish on the oil. Whatever that happens here, I'm just waiting for a pullback. I'm just waiting for a pull back. Guys, you need to understand that everything we are doing in trading boils down to buying at discount, selling at premium. Buying at discount, selling at premium. Now I know the oil is bullish, but I can't start buying from here. I need a deal. If I buy from here, do I make money? It has to give me some discounts so that when I buy, I can sell back at this point and make some money. That's all what trading is all about. All those stories that we are just talking about is just to confuse, make things complicated. There is nothing more than buying at discount, selling at premium. You want to sell, let it come to a premium. Just like the Bitcoin now, we're waiting for it to come to a premium. For the Bitcoin now, this is a premium price. Let price rise to this area. Let it rise here. Let it rise here. Let it rise here. From here, we want to sell to a premium, to a high price, to sell back down here. Do you understand? So, for the oil, we'll be waiting. Let it come down. Let it give us some discounts. We'll buy from here. We can sell back to this people. The difference from here that you buy and here that you sold becomes your profit. Do you understand, guys? So, our analysis, our trade plan is still the same. We'll keep waiting. Trading is a game of patience. If you cannot be patient in this game, you cannot make money. You must be patient. Your job is to execute your process. Your job is to execute your process, execute your edge without hesitation. You come every day, you show up, you look for your edge. If you see them, you execute. So let's just do a brief recap. For the Bitcoin, we'll be waiting for price to rise to this resistance area, just like we said. Wait for price to rise to this resistance between 74,000 to 78,000. Anywhere inside this zone, you get your sell signal, you can go short. For the Euro USD, price is at our location, but don't be in a hurry. Allow the price to give you your entry confirmation, because there's still a zone down here that this price might decide to bleed all the way to the downside and move up from here. Guys, I want you to understand in the market is that the market have known what traders want to do. You can see that we have already know that the market can see that we are ready to buy here. Do you understand? So the market will not just start to buy when it knows that when they buy, all of us will buy. Then how will they make their money? They have to stop out some people. That's why don't be in a hurry when you want to enter the market. Let the market take out people. Let it do its manipulation before you join the market. So I'm expecting that all these early buyers here, they have their stop loss, the market should come down and take them out. When it takes them out, then I'll join. And in the process of taking out these people, there might be panic, and that panic will make the market to rally down to this place. They have their stop losses here. When the sellers start to come down, they take out all these people selling this market here. The panic will make them to start closing their position, and before you know, this market will rally down here. Don't forget there's a demand area at this point. The market will rally down here. Then from there, the buyers might step in from here and move the market all the way to the upside. So you have to be patient. If it doesn't give you your entry confirmation here, wait for it at this point. So the next one is gold. For gold, we are still waiting to buy the gold from this point. That's to come down here for us to have an entry. If you don't have a business, it's bullish, but we don't have a business at that point where it is, come down at this zone, give us an entry. Then from there, TP1 will be here, then TP2 will be at this point. So for the gold, we'll be waiting for it to drop back down into this place. Then for the Us100, which is the Nasdaq, waiting for price to rise back to this resistance area. Waiting for price to rise to this resistance area. Then wait for the sellers to come in. Then we'll join them back down. TP1 will be at this point, then TP2 here. So for Nasdaq, waiting for it to rise back to this supply area. From there, we'll sell. Then for the US oil, waiting for price to come down to this support area. If it doesn't give us an entry here, wait for it to come down here. So for the US oil, we'll be waiting for something like this. here and give us an entry. From here we'll go long. From here we'll go long. TP1 here, TP2 will be up. But if it doesn't give us an entry here, we'll wait for it down here. Either here or here. So you have to be patient whichever way. And I'm seeing the Usoil rising back to this area here. Seeing a support area here, a good one. Even here, because we are seeing a trend change on Usoil, and that's why when we'll take an entry on the Usoil now, it's going to be a long entry. It's going to be a long entry because we are seeing a reversal to the upside for the Usoil. But the market is just building up. When I get an entry now, if I take up to my TP1 at this point, I will allow the TP2 to run to this higher time frame target. I'll allow the TP2 to run to this higher time frame target at this point at $75. So for the Usoil TP1, I will exit TP1 at this area 66 plus, then TP2 at $75. So guys, this is my trade plan for the new week. I hope you like it. I hope it makes sense to you. Let's hit the like button, subscribe so that whenever I'm dropping this video, you can see them, and also drop me a comment so that I can know your thoughts. Thank you so much. Until I see you in the next week, I wish you a successful trading day. Thank you.